And thank you for joining us in our friendly ENG 102 final revision. So, are you ready? Are you ready, girls? Show me some thumbs up. Are you ready? Yes, that's the vibe. Great, girls. So, before we start our revision, I just want to talk a little bit about the final assessment. These are the dividing for the marks for the ENG 102 final assessment. You will have a reading question, one passage, and you will have 40 marks. I'm not sure if they are 40 questions, but it is graded as 40 marks. One reading question, which means it will be a little bit long and it has, I don't know whether they are 40, 20, 15 questions. I'm not sure yet, but it has 40 marks. As for the writing, you will have two writings. Each one is 30 marks. The first one is compulsory, which is a must. You have to do it. And the second one is optional. You will get two choices and you will have to choose one question only. So total writing paragraphs that you will write, two. Each one is 30, total 60 marks. 40 plus 60, which means 100 marks, will be divided into 40 marks, the final grade for your certificate. Is it clear, girls? Do you have any questions? بيكون هذا هو توزيع الدرجات للامتحان النهائي. فقرة reading عليها 40 درجة. I'm not sure إذا بيكون عليها 40 سؤال أو 20 سؤال، يعني كل سؤال عليه 20 أو درجة للحين. بالنسبة لأسئلة الرايتنج بيكون عندكم سؤالين رايتنج. الأولي يعني إذا must لازم تسوونه، الثاني بيكون optional بيعطونكم خيارين بتختارين خيار واحد بس. أسئلة الرايتنج عليها 30 درجة، التوتال 60 درجة. توتال الريدنج مع الرايتنج 100 درجة، بنقسمهم ومنطلع 40 درجة منهم بس اللي بتنزل ضمن التجميع اللي خديناه خلال الفصل، وبتنزل 100 في الشهادة. يعني ما راح يكون في listening، راح يكون بس reading و writing. عرفتون؟ Is it clear قبل لا أنتقل للمراجعة؟
Yes,
سؤالين؟
it's clear.
3 questions. reading واحد بيكون شوي طويل أتوقع، و writing 40 30 30. All the best, girls. So before we start the lesson, I just want to emphasize on the cybersecurity instruction. And I just want you to take a look at this. Tell me if you can hear it or not. Just 1 second.
Do you recognize all these means that you use to surf the internet? Here are some internet safety tips to help you surf safely. Always keep your mobile phone, computer, and tablet updated with the latest operating system, antivirus software, and security updates. Also ensure you install an operating system that is updated with the latest security updates. If you're using a computer or laptop, ensure firewall is enabled. Seems tough? Ask your parents or teachers. Together, the antivirus, security updates, firewall, and operating system protect your device and your data from threats on the internet, such as viruses, malware, or ransomware. Regularly check your privacy settings to ensure your personal details are safe. Do not share sensitive information like your personal details, credit card information, bank account, or any other government identification details on email or even on phone calls. Do think before you upload personal details, photos, or videos. Once posted, these are in the public domain and can't be taken back. Also avoid check-in to any place on Facebook or any social media website or applications which reveals your location. Predators can track your location and may hurt you and your family. Wherever you are, wherever you go, with your family or alone, let your family know your location with a call or an SMS to avoid any unfortunate event or situation.
Just keep the cybersecurity tips in mind.
Do you
And as for our online classroom agreement, I want to make sure that please mute your mics unless you have something to add. And if you have anything that you would like to add, raise your hand and stay focused and stay respectful. Before we start the lesson, I just want you guys to bring your notebooks with you and a stationery. Make sure that you have your mobile phone aside because we're going to play. And please write as many notes as you can during the revision session. It will be very helpful for your final revision. So let's start. And who's here and who's who? Just give me a while. Sorry. Let me share this link with you in the chat. And let's see who's here and who's who. Write your name, which school are you, and rank the writings from the most difficult to the easiest. Finally, are you ready for the finals? And how do you feel now? You will be given 5 minutes. 2 minutes left.
Teacher, you can send a link again.
Sorry for that, girls. So thank you all for registering and tell us who is who and who are you. So now let's play a little bit. Sorry. Let's play a little bit in Kahoot. So let me share the screen for Kahoot. Join us, girls. Join us and let's play a little bit. So we have about how many students here? 137. Wow, girls, I'm so proud of you. So let's see. Come on. Let's play. Thank you all for joining. Oh, hello. Leave the meeting and then join us again. Maybe it's an internet connection. Thank you, Malak, for helping. Wow, 40 students. I'm so proud of you girls. Well done. So let's wait a little bit. Should we start or wait more for the students? It's your call. I think we should start. And then they can join us later. Okay, let's see how much do you remember. So the first question is, when was the first day of school? Was it 6th of February, 1st of February, 2nd of February, or 30th of January? Do you remember when was the first day of school? Ola, leave the meeting, restart your laptop and join us again. So only 21 girls got it correct? فشيلة واجد فشيلة. Thank you girls for answering the question. The second question is, what is the title of Unit 8? Is it Science, Sports, Sleep, or the Environment? زيتون. بس 14 واحدة جاوبت صح. الله يسامحكم. Third question. How many writings are required in ENG 102? How many writings? Are there 5? How many writings have we taken? 5, 6, 7, or 4? نوراء, don't write in the chat. Five writings من وين؟ 28 students got it correct. 6 writings. 6 writings. Thank you very much. No one's, thank you, Jenna. So when is the last day of school? When is the last day of school? I hope you got this correct. I mean, you got the first one wrong the first day. I hope you get this one correct. The last day of school. هذا عرفتون تجاوبونه صح، لكن أول يوم دوام ما عرفتون تجاوبونه صح، ها؟ Thank you. And the last question. And 102 is fun, true or false? الأربع اللي جاوبوا false وينهم؟ جيبوهم. جيبوهم. It is fun. So let's get and check who won the first place. So on the third place, we have Zaina Darwish. Thank you, Zayuna. Second place, we have Fatma Hassan Abbas. And the first place goes to Zahra Muhammad Saeed. Well done, Zahra. So I hope you're ready now, because we have a splendid lesson today with amazing students and teacher. So where is the lesson? Where am I? I'm here. So thank you all. So on our agenda for today's session is we will go through describing the bar chart, and then scary story, writing a process essay. Keep them in mind that you have 6 writings. We will go through the 6 writings. Writing a process essay, number 4, writing for and against essay, number 5, writing a report, and finally, writing a formal email. So 6 writings are required for the final exam. وش بيجيبون لكم في الفاينل? We don't know. So make sure you master the 6 writings لأن عادي يجيبون أي واحد فيهم في الأساسي. Okay? So bring your notebook, bring your stationery, كتبي كل شيء نقوله. تكتبينه بالإنجليزي بالعربي باللغة اللي تريحش. أهم شيء يكون عندك reference ترجعين له وقت الامتحان. So before we start, I just want to welcome the dazzling Fatum Musa, who's going to explain the bar chart for you. Fatum, are you here with us?
Yes.
Yes. So just I need you guys to welcome Fatum Musa because she will go through the bar chart with you. So clap for her. Show me some claps. I need a round of applause. Yay! Thank you, girls. Yalla Fatum, the mic is yours now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we will learn how to write the sentence which is included in the paragraph about the bar chart. And to be easier for us, we will start by learning the parts of the bar chart. What we have in the bar chart? Anyone know? You can write in the chat. We have 4 parts. Excellent, Jana. Title. Great job, Ola. And the last one. Here we have it to do genders, boys and girls. What is names? Okay, so we have the title on the top and label number 1 in the first line and label number 2 in the second line and the legends, which is the 2 genders, boys and girls. Okay? Before we start learning the sentence, put in your mind that you mustn't put your opinion in the bar chart because it's a fact. And also each bar chart is different than others, so the parts of the bar chart will be different. Is it clear? Okay. So the first sentence, look at the arrow, is going up. So we will write the highest number. And the sentence will be label 2 items has the highest number of label 1. Label 2 here is the month and label 1 is the visitors. So we will choose the highest number of the visitors in which month, which is in March, and we will write the sentence. Teacher, can you put it in the next slide? Okay, and the second sentence.
Before we shift to the second sentence, girls, anyone interested in saying the sentence for us for the highest? Just unmute yourself or raise your hand. Let's see. Can you do the sentence for us for the highest? Sorry. Zahra, we have Zahra Abdul Shahid. Mic is yours, Zahra. We have Batul Abdul Karim, who has risen her hand. Batul?
Yes,
Yes, Batul. Can you tell us the sentence?
I can say team label 2 sports. Sports has the or months. Months has the highest number number of label 1.
Is it correct? But what is the month? Which month has the highest number? Batul.
March has the highest number of boys.
Here we talk about the visitors. So March has the highest number of visitors. Okay. Great job, Batul. And the second sentence, the arrow is going down. So we will say the least number or the lowest number. So the sentence will be label 2 items has the least number of label 1. Who will say the sentence? Raise your hand. Khadija.
May has the least number of visitors.
Excellent, Khadija. Clap for her. Khadija says May has the least number of visitors. And the third sentence is equal. In equal, we will say nearly the same number or the same number. Nearly the same number if we don't have the same number in two things, and the same number if we have the same number in two things or 2 months. So the sentence will be label two items, and label two items, which is the month here, have, because we have two things, nearly the same number or the same number of label one. And if you want to be creative, you can say the similar number of a visitor maybe, and actually equally, sorry, the same number of a visitor, or equal the same number in equal the same in number. Okay? Who will say the sentence? Maria.
Yes.
Can you say the sentence?
March and April have nearly the same number of visitors.
Yes, March and April. She don't say the same, she say nearly the same, because it's not the same number of the visitor. Good job, Maria. And the fourth sentence.
Sorry, I
Also,
will have to stop you here. I think Maria got it. She got misunderstanding because March and April are totally different. Maybe she meant May and April, or January and April. It could be something like this. Thank you, Maria.
okay, and the fourth sentence is about percentage, but we don't have percentage here, so we will write number, and then the legends here we have girls or boys, and the verb from the title. The verb from the title here will be the visit, and label two items, which is the month. Who will say the sentence? Raise your hand, or you can write in the chat. Nobody? It's so easy. Okay, we have hands. Iman.
15 boys visited Jidhaf's library in January.
She said 13 boys in January. You mean April? Okay. Great job, Iman. Okay, say it.
15 boys visited Jidhaf's library in January.
But it's okay. 13. Okay, I listen at 30. Great job, Iman. Well done. And the fifth sentence, look at here. We have 3 points and it be 6 points. What's happened to the number? It's going up. So we will say the number has risen from number to number. This number, the first number, will be smaller than the second number because the number is going up. And then we will write in label two items, which is one of the months, and in legends, which is the genders here. Okay, who will say the sentence? بنين.
Can you go to the next slide?
Okay, say it.
The number has risen from 15 to 55 in boys in February.
Excellent, بنين. Okay, and the sixth sentence.
May I comment on something here very quickly so it will be easier for you guys? As for this sentence, the number has risen from one number to another number. Keep in mind that the second number, that the second number should be the highest number. So the first one is the lowest, the second is the highest. In label 2 item, which means I need the highest number for the label 2. So for example, let's say here, Banin, you got it all correct, but you missed the last point. So you said the number has risen from 50 to 55 in February, in boys, but it should be in girls. لأن العدد الأكبر عندنا هني 55 is for the girls in February. Okay? Exactly. In February in girls or in girls in February, both are correct. Okay? Thank you, girls. Now you try the second sentence.
Okay. The sixth sentence, look at here, we have 6 points and it's being 4 points. That means the number is going down. So we will say the number has dropped from number to number. And the first number will be bigger than the second in label 2 items in legends. Who will say the answer, the sentence, sorry. Mariam?
The number has dropped from 55 to 25 in girls. Oh,
Yes.
from 55 to 25 in February in girls.
But it's dropped from 55 to 50 in February. Okay, thank you, Mariam. And the next sentence. To here, we finish learning the sentence, which you should write it in the second paragraph. To the sixth sentence, this sixth sentence, you should write it in the second paragraph, and you can put with behind them or between them linking words. Okay. And let's go to the last 3 sentences, which you should write it in the third paragraph. The seventh sentence starts by the majority. The majority means the most. The most of label 1, which is the visitor, and then the verb from the title, which is visit, and label 2 items, which is one of the months. Okay, who will say the sentence? Raise your hand. Fatima.
Yes, the majority of visitors visited Jidhaf's library in March.
Excellent, Fatima. And the eighth sentence is the minority. The minority is opposite of the majority. If the majority means the most, so the minority is the lessest. So we will say the minority of label 1, then the verb from the title, and label 2 items. So who will say the sentence? Zahra.
Yes. The minority of visitors visit the library in May.
Excellent, Zahra. And the last sentence is start by only, then the number and the legends. Here we have the genders and the verb from the title, which is visit, and then label 2 items, which is 1 from the mall. Who will say it? Batul. Batul said
Only 15 boys visited Jidhaf's library in January.
excellent, Batul. And before I finish all things, you can add a linking words between the opposite things like the highest and the least, and also the has risen or has dropped, or also in majority and minority. And if you don't have opposite things, you can add linking words like moreover and also in addition. All these linking words you can add it like in equals and percentage. Okay, and if you have an opposite things, you can add like while and however and but. And in the last sentence, before you add it, you can add finally. Okay, is it clear all things? If is it clear, up to here, we finished the sentence, and I wish you all the best and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Fatum. That was to the point and very clear. I think she deserves a round of applause, girls, don't you think? She deserves a round of applause. Thank you, Fatum. So she explained the sentences for you guys that we had taken this course, the 9 sentences that you have to keep in mind while writing the bar chart or describing the bar chart. I will go very quickly on the layout of the bar chart. Keep in mind that in the first paragraph is the basic information. All the information will be given to you in the bar chart itself. So the bar chart gives information about, and you will write the title of the bar chart. This is a must. بيكون موجود عندكم. And then in all label 2 items, you will write down all label 2 items. What is label 2 items here? How many months?
5.
5. So you will write down the 5 months, okay? I know it will be a lot, but it's okay. We just need to reach the number of words that are required. And as Fatum said, you have to write 6 sentences using some linking words in the second paragraph. So it's clear from the chat that we start with which sentence? Which sentence? Do you remember? Highest, low, least, or the same? Highest. So you start with the highest number, and then
The least.
least. Perfect, girls. And then
Nearly the same.
nearly the same or the same. After that,
The majority.
The number has risen.
the number or the percentage that is given to you, right? Any number in the word, as long as it's mentioned in the bar chart. And then
Has risen.
risen. And then the last sentence
Has dropped.
has dropped. We have 6 perfectly written sentences. Okay, count them while you're doing your exam. Right, I wrote 5 sentences. Okay, I'm missing one. So they should be 6 sentences. Okay, make sure that you write 6 sentences so you can reach the limit of words. Finally, the last paragraph, overall, you will write the majority sentence, then the minority sentence, finally, only number, and voila, perfect writing. Okay, so the question is, We discussed it, and now the question is, the bar chart below shows the number of visitors of Jidhaf's library in 2017 and in 2018 among boys and girls. Write a report 150 to 180 words describing the bar chart and analyzing the data. Keep in mind, girls, that you have to reach the limit of words. If you notice that your writing is short, write extra sentences. Which sentence you can repeat more than once, you can write more option about it, is the amazing number. You have plenty of numbers. Choose any number and write a number again, like a different sentence using the rule of the number sentence. Just this one. The number legend, number 4. Number legend verb from the title and label to item. You can repeat this sentence more than once. You can repeat has risen, you can repeat has dropped. Make sure that you reach the limit of the words. So, is it clear, girls, here for describing the bar chart? As for the writing, don't worry, you will be given a link by the end of the revision session where you can practice all the writings. That's it? No questions about the bar chart? Thank you very much. So now let's shift to Unit 8, which is sleep, and let's welcome the amazing Iman Hassan. Iman, are you here with us? Iman Hassan, are you here with us?
Yes.
Yes, Iman, the mic is yours now.
Okay, so now we will start with discussing the layout of writing a scary story. In the exam, we can use this layout to help us in writing. One tip you can keep in mind is to write something you're into, whether that's a topic you have knowledge about, something that scares you personally, or even something you have an interest in learning more about. Make the subject somewhat connected to you. It'll make your writing more personal and you're more likely to put more passion and detail into the story if it's something you relate to or you're scared of. For example, if you're scared of the dark and you're writing about a character who's trapped in a dark room, you know best how to describe how that's person feeling because you have that fear also. Sometimes you can use your experience to aid you. Before you start, just decide when the story happened, where it happened, what was the weather like, and who are the characters in your story. Now we will start discussing the introduction. Our lives are filled with ups and downs and unexpected events, happy, sad, or scary. It all started. In these blanks, just decide a day and a time. Then you can put a name of a person in the other blank. After that, write the place you were in. Next, describe how was the weather like. For example, it all started on Saturday 5 p.m. when my friend and I were in a forest. The weather was cloudy. And that's it for the introduction. Let's go for the body. In the first blank, write a name of a person to represent character 1 and describe what was he doing in the other blank. Then choose a name to represent character 2 and describe what was he doing. After that, fill in the blank with something you can hear. Next, re-mention the name of character 1, then write a name of an animal at your choice. Finally, fill in the blanks with describing your feelings. For example, Noor was taking photos while Sarah was cooking when I heard a loud noise. Therefore, I decided to see the source of that sound. That was when I heard um, Sarah screaming loud. To our surprise, we saw a rabbit running toward us. I felt scared and frightened. We ran really fast to hide. And yes, that's it for the body. Let's go for the conclusion. Is the easiest part. You should just mention the name of character 2 in the blank. For example, let's read. The end of my story was truly unforgettable. When we reached the safe place trying to catch up our breath, Sarah was laughing at us. It was a scary moment. And that's it for writing a scary story. I hope you benefited from this revision.
Thank you, Ammu. That was extremely beneficial. That was to the point. And let me explain to you guys. We have two sample questions. So in Unit 8, you have two options. Either they will ask you to write a scary story or a scary dream. So you have the two options here in front of you. You had an unforgettable frightening experience, write a story, or it feels real, but it's just a nightmare. Write your dream to dreams.com describing what happened and how you felt. So it is the same. Remove the word story, put dream, or remove the word dream, put story. It should be the same. Thank you, Amun. She deserves a round of applause, don't you think, guys? Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Amuna. And now we reached Unit 9, which is work and industry. And let's have a warm greetings to Fatum Hassan. Are you here with us, Fatum?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Mic is yours.
Good morning, girls. Today I'm going to give you a brief explanation on how to write a process of an essay. You will always need to have a beginning, introduction, including a title of your essay. Your essay must be by steps. The last step is the summary, meaning to sum up the process. So if you're ready, let's start. I will be talking about how to make fluffy pancakes. Teacher, can you go to the layout? To begin with the process, you should write the title of the essay. After that, you should write the steps of the total steps of the process. And then to begin with it, you have to write the first step. Secondly, you need to write the second step. Next, you must write is going to be the third step. After that, this is going to be the fourth step. Then this is going to be the fifth step. After this step, this is going to be the sixth step, seventh step, sixth step. Now you are ready this is going to be the seventh step. Finally, this is going to be your last step. To sum up, this is going to be the last paragraph is to sum up. Remember to read carefully the steps of how the title of the process to get a perfect result. You can also ask for help from someone who is good at doing it. Okay.
Okay, Fatima. So are we done here or you have something else to add?
I mean, teacher, if anyone would like to answer the writing.
Okay. Okay, girls. So would you like to participate with Fatima and answer? And let's do the second paragraph together. To begin with, you have to raise your hand or write in the chat. Do we have someone who has risen their hands? Fatima, can you follow up?
Yeah, sure. Betul.
To begin with, you have to combine the right ingredients.
Good job. Iman, would you like to make the second step?
Secondly, you need to melt the butter.
Thank you.
Can you read the beginning of the sentence for them, Fatima, and then they will finish it with the sentences.
Okay. The diagram below shows the stage of how to make fluffy pancakes using the mentioned information. Write an essay, 150 words to 180 words, describing the process essay. The title, what is going to be the title of the writing of the process? Zahra?
How to make a fluffy pancake.
Yes, good job.
Thank you very much. And since we have done the first and the second sentence, let's shift directly to the third sentence, which is next you must. I just need someone to capture this so it'll be easier for me instead of me keeping going back and forth to the slide. Capture it, put it in the chat, and I will just fix the slide on the layout. Oh, thank you. Yes, now it will be easier. Now, can you do the third sentence? We have Nawra Fahmi, if I'm not mistaken. Yalla Fatima, now you can follow up with those who has risen their hands.
Naura?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Next, you must combine the wet ingredients.
Thank you. Combine the wet ingredients. The fourth sentence. After that, you can.
Fatima?
After that, you can you can mix the wet and dry ingredients.
Ingredients. Well done. And then we have, then you should.
Zainab, if you would like to answer.
Better.
Can you repeat it, please?
Then you should hit the griddle with little butter.
Perfect. And after this step, you.
Sharifa?
After this step, you pour some butter in the griddle.
Thank you, Sharifa. Now you are ready to.
Reem?
Cook the pancakes for 2 minutes on each side.
Finally, you.
Mariam?
Finally, you serve the pancake with your favorite toppings.
Okay, now we will start with to sum up. Remember to read carefully. What is the title of the process essay? Yes, Betul.
How to make fluffy pancakes.
Good job. How to make fluffy pancakes. To get a perfect result, you can also ask for help from someone who is good at doing it. Do you guys have any questions? If you don't, thank you all for your attention. I hope my explanation was easy and understandable. Have a great day.
Thank you, Faton. That was very clear. Thank you. And now we finished 3 writings. Don't you think we deserve a break? Don't you think? And let's have a quick no break. But you don't want a break? Come on, guys, let's play a little bit. Who will add or who will upload the funniest reaction in the chat? Yalla, 5 minutes. Let's see the funniest reaction in the chat. Reem Ghassan, you're killing me. Reem Ghassan, you're the winner so far. Come on, you still have time. Let's see the funniest reaction. I can't stop laughing. You guys are so good at this. خلاص, we have to cancel the writing. And we ask the Ministry of Education to give you upload the funniest reaction in your opinion. And you will get 100 marks. You're so good at this. Thank you all. I hope you're refreshed now and you're ready for the other 3 writings that we have now. So are you ready now? Have you just powered up so we can finish the writings? Oh, this is me, Rawan, and the final exam. So you guys are ready? I'll have to save this all. You're so good at this. So now we reached Unit 10, Global Affairs, and let's welcome our favorite teacher, Miss Duha.
Hello, good morning, ladies. So I will be explaining for you the title for Unit 10, which is the For and Against essay. I will try to do it very quick, just to recap what we have studied before. So basically, you need to know that the For and Against essay is an essay where you are required to write about the advantages and the disadvantages of a given topic. مطلوب منكم تكتبون سلبيات وإيجابيات موضوع يبي أعطونكم إياه. Okay? Make sure that in case you get this writing for the exam, you read the question carefully in order to get what the topic you're going to write about. Okay. Another thing is that you need to know that the For and Against essay consists of 4 paragraphs. We have the introduction and then the body, which consists of 2 parts, اللي هو advantages, the disadvantages, and finally the conclusion اللي هو الخاتمة أو الخلاصة حق الموضوع اللي بتكتبين عنه. Okay, let's start with the layout with paragraph number 1. Ms. Marwa, if you can please show us. Yes, thank you. So for the first paragraph, اللي هو introduction, you're going to start with this sentence, which is everything in life has 2 sides, bright and dark one. كل شيء في الحياة له وجهتين، اللي هو a bright side and the dark side. So you're going to start by mentioning the topic. شنو الموضوع اللي راح تكتبين عنه الإيجابيات والسلبيات. Again, I remind you that the topic will be in the question itself. So be careful while reading the question. You'll get the topic from there. Okay? Also, you need in the introduction to mention your opinion. Do you agree or disagree with the topic؟ هل أنت توافقين أو ما توافقين مع الموضوع؟ إذا توافقين you're going to write I agree. If you don't, you're going to write disagree. And again, you're going to mention the topic again after you state your opinion. Okay? Once you're done with mentioning your opinion and the topic, you're going to discuss the advantages and the disadvantages in the second paragraph. All right? Now let's move to the second paragraph, which is the body. As I told you before, هني في الجزء الثاني من الاسي عندنا البودي. أول شيء راح نبتدي نكتب الادvantages اللي هما الإيجابيات. So you're going to start with, on the one hand, again, you're going to mention the topic of the essay. Okay, for example, I remember we gave you one of the topics was about fast food. I hope you all remember that. We made some brainstorming وطلعنا points for the advantages and examples, also points for the disadvantages and some examples as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the advantages, in which we're going to start our paragraph with on the one hand, and then you're going to mention the topic, and directly you're going to write the points you have brainstormed اللي هو الإيجابيات. أول شيء راح تبتدين بالإيجابية الأولى, the first advantage, and you need to give me an example for that. So one advantage and one example for that. خلصتي من أول إيجابية تروحين for the second one. After the second one تحتاجين هني تشرحين. Okay, just try to focus here. هني راح تعطيني 3 points for the advantages and 3 points for the disadvantages, بس الفرق هني إنه في الادفانتجز راح تعطيني إيجابية بعدين مثال عليه، second point بتعطيني إيجابية ثانية بعدين شرح عليه، بعدين الثird point تعطيني إيجابية بعدين مثال عليه. Am I clear until now?
Yes. Yes, clear.
Okay, excellent. Moving on to the third paragraph, which is the disadvantages. طبعا احنا خلصنا من advantages، طلعنا سوينا brainstorming، طلعنا نقاط إيجابية وطلعنا examples or explanation. We go to the disadvantages, in which you're going to do the same thing. You're going to write, once you start the paragraph for the disadvantages, you're going to use on the other hand, and then you're going to mention the topic again. Then you start writing down the points or the disadvantages that you have brainstormed earlier. So you're going to start with the first disadvantages and then the explanation. Then the second disadvantages, and it doesn't need to have any explanation or an example. Moving on to the third disadvantage, also doesn't need to have explanation. And finally, you're going to end the paragraph with the topic again that you were writing about. Yes, you can. Yes, you can have some points from the internet and you can rephrase them. Okay. After you're done with the advantages and the disadvantages, you're going to move on to the last paragraph, which is the conclusion اللي هو الخاتمة. هني الخلاصة بتجمعين كل معلوماتك بتعطيني خلاصة الموضوع. You're going to write, to sum up, personally speaking, I am for or against. هني انتبهوا وياي، في البداية في الانترودكشن احنا قلنا agree or disagree. في النهاية قلنا for or against. So إذا أنت في البداية you chose agree, you're with the topic or you agree with the topic. في الخاتمة you're going to write I am for. If you disagree, you're going to write against في conclusion. All right? And then you're going to write several reasons. If you're for or if you're against the topic, you're going to write for me 2 reasons. To be honest, it's okay with us that you use some of the points that you have used during writing your advantages and disadvantages points. But again, we prefer if إذا أنت تاخذينه وتغيرين شوي الحكي rephrase them and just keep them. أحسن من ما أنت تاخذينه copy paste عشان ما يكون مكرر. Okay? And this is it. You end your essay here. Finally, people will always have different opinions over this topic with many reasons to support their point of view. And that's it. Do you have any questions? All right. So now let's look at this quick question. Let me read it for you. So the pandemic has forced students around the globe to study online. Write a for and against essay, 150 to 180 words about studying online, expressing both sides and support it with arguments. All right. Now my first question, and I need you all to answer in the chat. What is the title for or of our essay? Write in the chat. What is the title of the essay? From the question, you're going to find the title of the essay. What is the title? Excellent, Ella. Studying online. Well done. Okay, now we're going to give you some time to brainstorm. Do we have time, Miss Marwa? Can we do it now?
Not much, but they can write in the chat. We can discuss it together.
Okay, so I will ask you to quickly try to find out 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages for the topic of studying online. Just write them in the chat. Okay? Great job for those who have written the correct answer in the chat. Again, I remind you the topic is studying online. Find 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of studying online. All right, I can see some students have already started writing the advantages. Let's start with the first one here. One positive point in studying online that it improves self-learning and shows how responsible the students are. Excellent. Zahra says you get full marks. Okay. Have time to eat breakfast and you don't need to wake early. All right. Disadvantages. Excellent, Iman. You can face some technical issues. Great job. It allows students to attend classes from any location of their choice. I agree. It's far more affordable as compared to physical learning. Yes, excellent. Most of the online assessments are limited to questions that are only objective in nature. You guys are giving me amazing answers. You're doing great job. But of course, don't forget during the exam, you need to provide me with the explanation or example for each point that you write. All right? Excellent. I'm going to wait for 2 more minutes for the rest. Excellent, Reem. It gives us the ability to deal with different technological means. Great answer. Earn new technical skills. Excellent. Can I see some disadvantages? Now, Ra says it's more comfortable. You can view the recordings at any time and use a lot of software. Well done, Naura. Now give me some of the disadvantages. Technical issues. Okay, and Mr. Classes, well done. Amazing answers. And to the point. Drops down the community skills. Excellent. Complicated in terms of creating friendship. Okay. Okay, ladies, you have given me enough points, I can say. That's great. So this is the way you're going to write your essays. You're going first to read the question carefully, find out what the topic is about, brainstorm the advantages and the explanation, the disadvantages and the explanation, and then you're going to use the layout and write down all the points that you have brainstormed. Do you have any question? Excellent answers. Am I clear or do you have any questions? Okay, before we move on to the next writing, let me test you very quickly. Also, I need you to write in the chat. How many points do we need to write for the advantages and the disadvantages? In the chat, very quick. How many points do we need to write for the advantages and the disadvantages? 4. 3, excellent. 3 points, 3 advantages, 3 disadvantages, excellent. And how many paragraphs do we have? How many paragraphs do we have? Excellent, we have 4 paragraphs. Well done, ladies, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you, Miss Marwa, I'm done in here.
Thank you, Ms. Duha. I think she deserves a round of applause, don't you agree? That was very clear, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So now we will shift to Unit 11, the environment, with the amazing Mariam Ishaq, who will explain to you and go through the report writing. Mariam, the mic is yours.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to be explaining how to write a report. So the difference between the other writings and the report writing is that the report is written to describe a situation or a project that you want to start or the government or administration wants to start, and we are going to analyze the data given and the opinions of people and what they think about this idea. So the first and foremost, we have the introduction part. In the introduction, you are going to write the aim of the report. So first you're going to start with the aim of this report is to summarize the findings of survey among, and then you're going to write who this report was taken among. Teacher, can you move to the next slide? So here we have
this, or you need the layout?
This one right here.
Okay, okay.
So first we have a question with the information provided. You work for a community action research company. The government wants to build a shelter for stray dogs in SAR. You have carried out the survey and found out what local people think. Write your report 150 to 180 words using the information below. So here are the plans to build a shelter, and here's the information. 500 local people interviewed 3rd to 7th March, and 73% against, and 20% for, and the 7% undecided. So with this information, you are going to fill in the blanks in the layout. Teacher, can you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, but before I go to the other slide, girls, capture this so you can just write the writing with Mariam.
So we have 3 parts of writing a report. The first one is the introduction. The second one is the findings, and the last one is the conclusion. In the introduction, you are going to write the aim of the report. The aim of this report is to summarize findings of a survey among, and then you're going to write who are the people that took the survey. Does anyone know who the people that took the survey are? Is it students? Is it local people? Is it advocates? Who took the... Yes, brilliant. Local people. So we are going to write that in here in the first gap. Among local people in SAR, in in the passage that was given, we saw that in the local people in SAR, so we are going to write SAR. On plans, what is the topic? What are we talking about in the question? Does anyone know? Yes, building a shelter. So we are going to talk in SAR on plans of building a shelter for stray dogs, because stray dogs are out there in the streets and they need a shelter. So this is the plan or the situation or project. Excellent. Our research group was asked to do a survey. The data was collected by questionnaire and interviews with. Then you're going to write the number of people that this questionnaire was that took the questionnaire. So if it's like 500 people, we're going to write 500 people. If it's 70 people, depending on the question again. So you go back to the question and look how many people have taken this questionnaire. It says in the question 500 local people interviewed. So we're going to write with 500 local people between, and then you're going to write the dates. When you're writing the dates, make sure you write the numbers first, like the third and 7th, and then you're going to write the month. So 3rd and 7th March. That's how you write it. Moving on to the next part, which is the findings. So an important thing you must keep in mind while writing the findings is that you are going to write headings. When we write headings, they're like titles in there. You don't write this word, which is the findings, but you write arguments against and arguments for. So you write arguments against, you start with arguments against, and then you write the topic. The topic again is building a shelter for stray dogs. Arguments against building a shelter for stray dogs, and then you start writing the paragraph itself. So the majority of people, so majority is used when we're talking about most, and minority is used when we're talking about minute number of people, like minority, small. So you can see from the study that we've shown earlier that the majority of people, are they against or are they for? Does anyone know? Raise your hands. Yes, that's right. So Ula and Batul wrote in the chat that most people are against. So we are going to write the majority of people, of the local people, which was like, we're going to check, which was 70%, 73% were against, 73% was, were against building shelter for stray dog. The main reason, then you're going to mention the main reason. What was the reason? Why did they not want to build shelter for stray dogs? Raise your hands. Iman.
Because it's spread illness and it's noisy. Plus, it makes bad smell.
Excellent, wonderful. So, as Iman said, the main reason mentioned by 73% was that they spread illnesses, that stray dogs spread illnesses. And then you're going to move on to the second reason, which you're going to write another important reason, which is a new sentence. Another important reason mentioned by 73% was that, and you're going to mention the second reason, which is bad smell and noisy. And then moving on to the arguments for, you are going to write the
Can I
heading
add
again.
something before before you shift to the arguments for, I just want to clarify something for you girls. As you can see that the majority of local people, and you wrote 73% said that they were against building a shelter for stray dogs. So you have the 73, this percentage, in the question itself. Now, regarding the read sentence mentioned by the reasons, take the 70%, divide it into two sections. Make sure that the one section is bigger than the other one. يعني 73 قسميها على 2 وأبي رقمين. الرقم واحد أعلى من الرقم الثاني. الرقم الأعلى حطيه for the main reason والرقم الثاني حطيه for the other reason. And don't forget to write the headings. You have to write the word introduction, findings, وبعدين the subheadings, arguments against and arguments for, and the last paragraph you have the conclusion. Mariam, the mic is yours again.
Okay, so so we are going to write the paragraph of the arguments for, and then again you write the topic, which is building a shelter for stray dogs. So a minority, 20% is a minority. So we're going to write a minority of local people, and we're going back to the study that shows that 20%, on the other hand, felt that building a shelter for stray dogs was a good idea because what were the reasons? Does anyone know? Raise your hands. Yes, excellent. So Ula said that to rescue stray dogs and to provide job opportunities for unemployed local people. So we are going to write the reason: rescue stray dogs and provide job opportunities for unemployed people. They might work for the facility in there, so they will be provided with jobs, and that's an advantage. So, however, and then you're going to write about the smallest percentage of people, the people that were skeptical about it, that didn't know, that didn't make a decision. So you're going to write, however, and we have 7% of people were undecided. And that's because their reason was they need more information about the plans. So that's the reason. Next, we are moving on to the conclusion. To sum up, and then you're going to write the people again. Who are they? Students, teachers. Most of local people are against building shelter for stray dogs. There was a universal feeling that the government or administration, what did the question say? Did it say administration or did it say government? Answer in the chat, either in the chat or by raising your hand. Was it administration or government? Who was building the shelter for stray dogs? Yes, Ghadir.
Government.
Yes, excellent. So it was the government. So we're gonna write government. What should the government do? So suggestions, the suggestion that you're gonna write at the end is based on the study itself. Like what is the conclusion? Did everyone say they were against, or did most people say they were for? Write in the chat. The quickest person who writes in the chat. Excellent. So the first person who said it was Noura and Iman, Maryam, Sharifa. Excellent. So the government should not build a shelter for stray dogs. And that's it. Any
Thank
questions?
you, Mariuma. Girls, if you have any questions, can you ask now? So thank you, Mariuma, for delivering a detailed revision of the report. That was very good. Thank you very much. Now we're shifting to the last unit, Unit 12, which is a sport. And let's have, finally, last but not least, a warm greetings for the shining star, Fatima Khiyami. Are you here with us?
Yes, sure. Is my voice clear?
Yes, mic is yours.
Okay, again, hello everyone. It's Fatima Ahmed Khiyami from 2 Uni 1B, and today, inshallah, I'll be taking a part of this revision meeting to memorize with you how to write a formal email. So, and without further ado, let's start. As we all know, a formal email is typically sent to someone we don't know well or to someone who's in authority using a formal language, which is exactly the opposite of the informal email. Here, as shown in the slide, we've got a part of the layout, and this layout will surely help you a lot, and it's better to stick to. I think you already know how to use the layout, which is basically by keeping the black font as it is and just adding some words in the gaps, the information you've got, just like what we've done with the previous. All done. Start my email should with from and to and the subject before what's written here in the slide. Remember the table always above the layout, that's what I'm talking about. And from should contain the sender's email address, which is basically your email address. But how and where should we get this address? Basically, the question may or mostly will provide a name, considering it as your name, and you are going to stick to this name as it is yours and use it to create a fake email address. Let's say, for example, the question said your name is Maryam Ahmed, and then you'll add like an underscore, a dot, or whatever between Maryam and Ahmed, or even write it as it is, plus the @gmail.com, just like Maryam underscore Ahmed @gmail.com, or Maryam.Ahmed @gmail.com, or even Maryam Ahmed @gmail.com. So you're gonna create the email yourself if it's not provided. Moving on, we've got to write to whom the email should be sent, which is to, which should also be as an email address of the person we don't know well. It's mostly provided in the question, which you can, if it's not provided, you can do just like what we've done with our email. And before moving to the paragraphs here in the slide, you have to write the subject, which is the same reason of you writing that email as written. It should be written as applying for something, which you can get easily from the question or the advertisement provided near the question. Okay. And here we are after that, starting with what's here in the slide, with dear, and it should be followed by the name of the person receiving the email and the comma for sure. Then I am writing to apply for, which is a part of the fixed sentences that you won't need to change. Then in that gap, the place gap, you're gonna write the place you're applying for, just like the one you wrote in the subject, applying for maybe a course or a camp or something. Advertised in the which you should fill with the name of a newspaper, whether it's a noun one, like مثلا الأيام, or it is one you made out. Any name you write and followed by newspaper will be fine. And so on. I'm sending you my personal details and would like to know some details, which is again, you won't need to change. Continuing, we've got after that the second paragraph, which is all about personal details and information, starting with, let me tell you about myself. My name is, which easily you'll write in your name if it's mentioned in the question, which mostly will. And if not, you'll choose whatever you like, but the same as the one you wrote in, as an email address above, the one you wrote in the from. Okay, and so on by filling the gaps. I'm 16 years old, which you won't need to change as well. I am, you'll write here the nationality, for example, Bahraini, student at, which school are you at? For example, Jidhaf Secondary Girls School.
May I
Then,
add something? Sorry, Fatima, I'll have to interrupt you here. But make sure you never mention your school's name in the final exam. لا تكتبون اسم مدرستكم. جدحفص انسوها. لا تكتبين اسم مدرسة جدحفص في الإيميل اللي نجابوا لكم. كتبي أي مدرسة في الحياة. كتبي ابن خلدون، كتبي بحرين سكول، كتبي أي شيء ما عدا جدحفص. Thank you.
okay, inshallah. Then we've got, and I am at grade 10. I speak fluent English, and you'll hear write another language you speak added on English, like French, and whatever. My hobbies are, what is your hobbies? You're gonna mention 2 hobbies, hobby 1 and hobby 2. I'm a member in my school, which is about your membership in a club in your school, for example, English club, designing club, and so on. Then we go by writing the rest. As you can see in black, I'm sociable and hardworking person and consider myself to be a friendly and organized person. And so on with the other paragraph containing the questions the senders got. Turning to my interests and questions, I'd like to join the. Here, in this gap, you'll write the same place you wrote up in the first paragraph and in the subject. The course you're applying or whatever. Continuing, but I would like to get more details. How long does it last? How much does it cost? Do you offer transports? Where is your location? And moving to the conclusion, I enclose a photograph and my CV, and I'd be glad to receive a reply from you. That's all in black, right? So again, you won't need to change. And lastly, yours sincerely, plus the comma for sure, and followed by your signature, which is basically your name. As the example we've said, my name is Maryam Ahmed, so you write your sincerely, comma, and then in the next line you write Maryam Ahmed. That's it. How easy. Any questions before we move to the example? If there is any questions, please raise your hand or write in the chat. Okay, I'll move to the example and then ask you again. Okay, let's read it out loud. Write a formal email, 150 to 180 words, in response to the advertisement below. Include personal details, skills and experiences. Explain what you wish to study and why. Ask for more details about the course. Focus on this. Your name is Reem Ali. Okay, and then moving to the picture, barista course as a title. We are looking for talented, passionate young graduates. The course include formal education in the art and science of the modern coffee craft. And with the smaller font, write an email to Miss Sarah Ahmed, followed by the email address info@cafcafe.com. Okay, before I say anything about the information written, I just want to say be sure to read all the information provided. Even these in the picture, it got really important information. Just don't miss them. Okay, as I said before, the name may be provided. Can anyone tell me what's the name that I should consider it as my name? Yes, Fatima?
ريم علي.
Exactly. So here is written your name is Reem Ali. So that means you'll use it as your name and the email address, and for introducing yourself in the personal information paragraph, and lastly for the sign off too. And about the information written in the advertisement, which is the picture, you can see the title, Barista Course. That will be the name of the place, the one written in the subject and in the first paragraph, and the questions and interest paragraph. Moreover, you can use the sentence, the course include formal education in the art and science of the modern coffee craft as an inspiration for the hobbies and the club name. I think it will be helpful getting the idea of you interested in applying for the course. Okay. Lastly, they've mentioned the name of the person receiving the email as well as the email address. Can anyone tell me what's the name of the receiver? Just a sec. Anyone else? Okay, again, Fatima, I guess.
Sarah Ahmed.
Don't forget to write Miss Sarah Ahmed because you don't know her well. Okay, so the name written after dear will be Miss Sarah Ahmed. Okay, as I said, happily the email address was provided as well. Can anyone tell me what's the email address of the receiver? Yes, Iman Hassan. I can't hear you well. Can you repeat that again? Okay, let's say let's take Mariam Ishaq. Can you tell me?
At cafcafe.com.
Yes, exactly. That email address you'll use for the two part we've talked about. The one you should contain the email address, the receiver's email address in. Okay, after that, you just use the layout as it is and fill the gaps with the information, whether it's based on the question and advertisement or from your mind, just like what you see fit the best. That's all. Hope everything was clear. Any questions?
Thank you, Fatum. That was extremely helpful. Thank you very much. But before we leave, I have the link here. Let me provide you guys with the, where am I? I'm here. Let me provide you with the link. It has all the writings that we have taken in today's lesson. And I think your friends needs an applause and a huge thank you for the effort that they have put in today's revision. They were masters. I mean, you have beaten your teachers. The way you delivered the writings, the layouts, how you interacted with the students. Thank you very much, girls. All of you, all of you. I'm so proud of you. Again, the link is in the chat. Oh, I haven't sent it. Okay. The link is in the chat. You have the link open until the final exam. We will go through the writings whenever we have a free time, me and the other teachers, and we will correct the writings. So practice, practice, practice. Do whatever writing you can do. If you have any questions, again, girls, contact your teachers if you have any question regarding the writing or anything. But before we leave, I just want you guys, where am I again here? You have another link. I sent you the practice link and I sent you the feedback link, which is a simple thank you for all the students who have delivered the lesson today. Your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much, girls. If you have any questions regarding anything, you can ask now, or you're free to go.
Teacher, can you download this PowerPoint in Teams?
Actually, we will upload the whole lesson in your teams, in your classes, so don't worry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any questions, shoot them. If not, it was lovely having you here, girls, and good luck in your exam.